just, it's almost like you don't want to touch her.
Oh, then he said, you did it homework. I did a lot of homework on you, Miss Lady. He said, there are two ways to leave here, either through the door with the deal sign or through this window, and we're on the 29th floor.
The artist's dream. That's the whole, physically, as a person. It's very good for my ego. It keeps me going, it keeps me motivated.
In a shocking revelation, Rihanna has confirmed what Erykah Badu hinted at years ago about none other than Beyonce.
The Beehive is the most insane, lunatic fan base.
She is pulling back the curtain on Queen Bey's behind-the-scenes moves. From shady industry tactics to alleged power plays that left her and other artists sidelined, Rihanna is finally speaking out.
Beyonce.
Gorgeous, a stab to my self-esteem.
What really went down between these two icons? And why is Rihanna now saying Erykah Badu was spot on about Beyonce? Let's find out. Rihanna no longer expresses admiration for Beyonce. Surprisingly, it seems that Beyonce harbors a strong dislike for Rihanna. The question arises, what could Rihanna have done to cause Beyonce to completely cut ties with her? In the early stages of her career, Rihanna was a devoted fan of Beyonce, much like millions of others at the time.
So I hear that you're a big fan of Beyonce.
I love her.
Rihanna even mentioned that Beyonce used to offer her advice regularly and had even written her a letter once.
And so has she given you any kind of advice or...
Yeah, she actually wrote me this cute little letter, and she signed it with her autograph. It was so cute.
Now, it's widely known that for years, numerous rumors have circulated about Beyonce's discomfort when another female singer receives more attention than she does. When Rihanna began gaining more popularity than Beyonce, Queen Bey felt threatened, sparking the beginning of their feud. The tension became evident when Beyonce released her song, Bow Down. Seemingly, Beyonce was conveying a message to every other female artist, including Rihanna, urging them to bow down in acknowledgement of her status as the queen. Reportedly, Rihanna responded to Beyonce's directive by writing, "I only know how to be number one. I could use a challenge. How'd it feel down there on your knees?" She also reposted an article declaring her as the queen of pop and captioned her post with, "It's only March, people. #2013 is already owned. #stay tuned. Oh." Following these comments, the Beehive, Beyonce's fan base, criticized Rihanna, interpreting the post as a direct response to Beyonce. Shortly after, Beyonce seemingly posted a subtle reply to Rihanna's post by sharing a photo of herself and her daughter Blue Ivy in matching chairs for her sold-out Mrs. Carter show. Interestingly, it's worth noting that Bow Down was originally written for Rihanna, not Beyonce. The songwriting brothers Rock City, known for penning Rihanna's hit songs like Man Down, We Can't Stop, and Replay, disclosed in a podcast that they crafted the song Bow Down in just 9 minutes specifically for Rihanna. When Rihanna declined the song, they subsequently offered it to Beyonce. Interestingly, Beyonce provided a detailed account of the song's creation. Essentially, there have been instances of deception regarding songwriting, such as when Beyonce claimed to have written Irreplaceable, a statement refuted by Neo. Additionally, the song All Night was originally rejected by Rihanna, but picked up by Beyonce. Another source of tension between the two is Rihanna's surpassing record sales, despite Beyonce's longer tenure in the industry. Rihanna stands as one of the best-selling artists of all time, with over 250 million records sold, compared to Beyonce's 100 million. In terms of business acumen, Rihanna has outshone Beyonce by launching Fenty Beauty at Sephora in 2017, generating a staggering $570 million in revenue within the first 15 months. Consequently, Rihanna officially attained billionaire status in 2021, surpassing Beyonce through her success in Fenty Beauty, clothing, and lingerie ventures. Adding to the comparisons, Beyonce's Ivy Park has experienced a significant decline in sales, to the extent that Adidas is reportedly canceling their collaboration. Despite Beyonce having more followers on social media, Google searches indicate that Rihanna is ultimately the more searched, more popular, and more widely known pop star between the two. The data reveals that while Beyonce is more widely recognized in the United States and South Africa, Rihanna enjoys greater global recognition. Could it be that Beyonce's resentment towards Rihanna is also fueled by Rihanna's healthier relationships, marked by less toxicity? Even in the past, there have been suggestions that Beyonce harbored resentment when her husband Jay-Z developed a fondness for Rihanna. In 2005, when Rihanna released her song Ponder Replay, it quickly caught the attention of Jay-Z, who had recently taken on the role of CEO and president of Def Jam Records. According to Rihanna, this was a pivotal moment and one of the best things that happened to her at that time.
Working with Jay and having a collaboration with him is just one of those things that everyone dreams to do in their musical career.
Then, trouble ensued when Jay-Z allegedly began making advances towards Rihanna and had an affair with her. Rihanna's publicist also claimed that they fabricated a rumor to boost Rihanna's career, as mentioned in an email. "It was all a publicity stunt," Jonathan said. "I was desperate at the time because I wanted to have a hit record." He also admitted his decision could be considered reckless, as it might put Rihanna in danger. "I agree, we were young and stupid." However, he thought the power couple might have exploited it for their On the Run tour that summer. "I don't think they set it up, that they're going to stage a fight, but their handlers took advantage of it," said the music industry publicist. Jonathan said that he regretted what he did to the people affected by the rumors, especially Beyonce and Rihanna. "I didn't think it would be this big story, but now, seeing Beyonce on the cover of this book and knowing that Seeing Beyonce suffer and realizing that people were profiting from speculations and opinions about her reportedly deeply affected Jay-Z. While publicists have been known to make such statements for financial gain, it has also been suggested that when Jay-Z and Beyonce noticed Rihanna's rapid rise to fame, they attempted to undermine her career. Allegedly, Jay-Z went behind Rihanna's back and prematurely leaked her album Anti to help boost his wife Beyonce's album Formation. The leak occurred on Tidal, the streaming service owned by the Carters, earlier than expected. In response, Rihanna took matters into her own hands, releasing the album herself and providing free download codes for fans to access it without charge. During the Tidal press conference around the same time, an insider shed light on the behind-the-scenes dynamics, stating, "They refused to stand next to each other or speak with each other. Handlers and coordinators went to great lengths to keep the divas happy. The whole show was carefully choreographed, and these two had almost nothing to do with each other," the insider added. Surprisingly, even after the alleged malicious move in January 2023, Anti managed to spend 350 weeks on the Billboard 200, marking it as the first album by a Black woman artist to achieve such a milestone in the chart's history. Returning to the topic of relationships, although Jay-Z may hold more influence and power compared to A$AP Rocky, it's suggested that the control he exerts over Beyonce is something A$AP Rocky could never match.
No, girl. Not my beautiful Beyonce 5.
I tell you this right now.
It is indeed intriguing that despite their close association with Jay-Z, Beyonce and Rihanna have never collaborated on a song. While Beyonce has collaborated with artists like Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion, the argument that they haven't worked together due to different brands or sounds doesn't seem convincing. Collaborations often aim to bring together artists with diverse backgrounds and merge their sounds, and both Rihanna and Beyonce have worked with artists who have different sounds from theirs. The possibility that Beyonce can't stand Rihanna could offer a more plausible explanation for the lack of collaboration between them. Clearly, there seem to be multiple reasons contributing to the alleged strained relationship between Beyonce and Rihanna. Even fans think the same. One person wrote, "Beyonce built her brand for the public to see her as the queen. Meanwhile, Rihanna doesn't even have to try as hard as her, since the public just really loves supporting her. Their business ventures is a testament to that." Another one added, "Everything Rihanna touches is pure gold, her career and her business. Rihanna is standing up on her own, and she doesn't have to undermine no one else to have success, proving she's brilliant." One more fan wrote, "Rihanna is a very authentic, internationally known, outgoing, stylish, original, and talented woman. Rihanna's business ventures are successful, rocketed her to billionaire status. Beyonce business ventures failed House of Dorian and Ivy Park continuously tanks. Now, what's more intriguing is that it has always been observed by the netizens that Beyonce has always tried to ruin every female artist's career whose songs sell more than hers. Over the years, there has been widespread speculation about the mysterious withdrawal of Lauryn Hill from the spotlight. While some theories suggested she might have been dealing with addiction or mental health issues, a recent revelation from Lauryn Hill herself suggests a surprising twist. She claims that her career downturn was orchestrated by none other than her closest friend and collaborator, Beyonce.
Young people know that it is not a burden to love him.
and to represent him.
Lauryn Hill's rise to stardom was meteoric, accomplishing feats that contemporary rap artists still find challenging to surpass, even 2 decades after her breakthrough. However, the enigma lies in the swift decline of her career after the release of just 1 album, considering her immense potential to achieve much more.
Until I realized that until you conquer the enemy in yourself, you can't deal with anyone.
15 years ago, the radiant career of 23-year-old Lauryn Hill reached its pinnacle as she unveiled what would ultimately become her defining musical legacy. Before this milestone, she had already soared to fame as a member of the hip-hop trio The Fugees, alongside fellow artists Wyclef Jean and Pra. Her solo venture, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, followed, turning into a phenomenon with its multi-platinum sales and earning the exceptionally talented singer-rapper 5 Grammy Awards.
You know what? This is so amazing. I thank you, God. Thank you, Father, so much. This is crazy because this is hip-hop music.
Her accomplishments solidified her name in history as the first female artist to secure multiple Grammy nominations and wins in a single night. Furthermore, her album made history as the first hip-hop themed work to claim the prestigious Album of the Year Grammy.
You know, you just have to stay firm.
Interestingly, in the same year Lauryn introduced her solo album, another notable talent emerged in the pop realm. A 16-year-old artist who would later be recognized by her first name alone, Beyonce, made her debut with Destiny's Child and their self-titled first album. Notably, a subtle 1-degree connection exists between these two icons. Destiny's Child collaborated with Wyclef on their track, No, 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 marking the release of their first successful single that climbed to the top of R&B charts.
Breaking the record for the most Grammy wins of all time. Be upstanding and show your respect. It's Renaissance, Beyonce.
Reflecting on the past, a tale of intertwined destinies unfolds. As one star's trajectory faltered, another soared. Lauryn Hill, the central figure in this narrative, reportedly declined a lead role in the Hollywood production Charlie's Angels, aligning with a particular brand of feminism. In an interview, Hill remarked, "Men like it when you sing to them, but step out and try and control things. And there are doubts. This is a very sexist industry. They'll never throw the genius title to a sister." Interestingly, Hill's initial taste of success came through acting. In 1991, she made her debut alongside Jean in a hip-hop adaptation of Shakespeare's Twelfth Night titled Club 13. Recognizing her potential, a talent agent discovered Hill and secured her a role on the soap opera As the World Turns. Subsequently, she graced the screen in Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit, a performance highly praised by film critic Roger Ebert, though he lamented that her remarkable talent was underutilized. Hill's acting journey also led her to Steven Soderbergh's King of the Hill.
I've just been thinking about things. My mother thinks singing is dead end.
Gradually, the burdens of celebrity life began to weigh heavily on Lauryn Hill. Her days became a whirlwind of tours, film projects, and music production, with even simple activities like shopping tainted by the constant presence of paparazzi. In response, she parted ways with her managers, withdrew from public view, and embraced a new routine of Bible study sessions, attending classes led by a figure known as Brother Anthony 5 days a week. Reflecting on this period, Pras would later tell Rolling Stone in 2003, "I had a tape of his teachings that S is ill, F me up. I can't really explain it. It was some weird S, man. It was some real cult S." In contrast, the other luminary, Beyonce, and her group mates contributed the empowering anthem Independent Women Part 1 to the film's soundtrack. As events unfolded, one star seemed to fade from the media spotlight while the other dazzled across various publications, gracing the covers of Sports Illustrated, Vogue, GQ, and even the feminist magazine Miss One Luminary showcased a remarkable gift for lyrics, effortlessly blending rap and melody to delve into profound subjects such as politics, love, and religion, while also challenging the sway of corporate media. In contrast, the other leaned towards more superficial pursuits, focusing on nightlife revelry, projecting an image of glamour, and celebrating financial independence as she navigated heartaches and fleeting romances.
I think people are so brainwashed. You get up in the morning, you click on the computer, you see all these pictures, and it's all you think of is the picture and the image that you see.
Subsequently, it was revealed that the song featured in Charlie's Angels had been passed on to Beyonce after she turned down the film role. However, Beyonce's standing in the music industry has not been without controversies. She has been linked to a willingness to compromise artistic integrity for opportunities and recognition. Historically, Beyonce has been noted for readily accepting offers purely for the allure of monetary gain and celebrity status, a pattern that seems to have persisted in her decision to take on this particular song. At the time, Lauryn could not have anticipated that this seemingly small act would have such far-reaching consequences for the trajectory of her own career. In an interview, she expressed, "People need to understand that the Lauryn Hill they were exposed to in the beginning was all that was allowed in that arena at the time. I had to step away for the sake of the machine. I was being way too compromised. I felt uncomfortable having to smile in someone's face when I really didn't like them or know them well enough to like." Moreover, while Beyonce was seemingly focused on commercial success, Lauryn was immersing herself in a spiritual journey. The Miseducation stands as an immaculately crafted masterpiece, brought to life through the collaborative efforts of a diverse ensemble of musicians. Its lyrics remain unrivaled expressions of both heartache and rebirth, symbolizing liberation from the constraints of society and a steadfast reliance on a higher power.
In those places that most people wouldn't expect a lesson to come from, that's where I learned so much.
In addition, the complete album Odyssey, presented by Beyonce in Lemonade in 2016, shares a comparable coherence with the unified vision of Miseducation. Beyonce, who included a cover of X Factor during her 2014 On the Run tour, has acknowledged the influence of Miseducation on her own artistic expression. Speculations resurfaced as Beyonce was known for engaging in endeavors that were profitable to her. Fans once more criticized Beyonce for what they perceived as appropriating a legendary song for her own fame. The sentiment grew that Beyonce chose to sing Lauryn's song in order to enhance her success and glamour. One of the internet users wrote, "The people who aren't getting it aren't close enough to God to understand the depth spiritual matters. Being lukewarm has been popularized, but the real ones know the real ones." Another one said, "Why are y'all expecting holiness from Beyonce in the first place? You don't reach that level of fame without giving your allegiance to the other side. The industry is evil, and you only become a big as they allow you to. And they only allow it if they know you are all in with them. There is dark, dark magic involved with the music of the biggest artists. Getting upset over this one song is like reaching into a barrel of rotten apples and picking one to throw away." In recent years, the singer made a noteworthy return to the stage, earning acclaim for her performances at festivals across the USA and various venues in Europe. However, just as her career appeared to be gaining momentum, a significant setback has emerged. Reports suggest that she might be facing potential jail time due to unpaid taxes for the years 2005, 2006, and 2007. The accumulated unpaid taxes have now reached a staggering sum of $1.5 million.
Ms. Hill got sentenced to 3 months of imprisonment to be followed by 1 year of probation, and during that 1 year of probation, she'll have 3 months of house arrest.
In response to these claims, Lauryn Hill has penned a chilling open letter offering insights into what she alleges to be a perilous landscape within the music industry. Over the past several years, she has deliberately chosen to stay within what could be described as an underground domain. This decision stems from her desire to foster a community of like-minded individuals, those who value autonomy and the freedom to pursue their aspirations, shielded from the influence of a media-backed military-industrial complex with a distinctly different agenda. She articulated, "Having put the lives and needs of other people before my own for multiple years, and having made hundreds of millions of dollars for certain institutions, under complex and sometimes severe circumstances, I began to require growth and more equitable treatment, but was met with resistance." There is substantial evidence suggesting that she prioritized the needs of others, such as Beyonce, and in return, her own career suffered. One luminary showcased prowess in lyrical artistry, skillfully weaving verses on topics ranging from politics and love to religion and resistance against corporate media. In contrast, the other gravitated towards a more surface-level celebration, reveling in the nightlife, projecting an air of magnificence, and relishing personal financial independence. Beyonce and Jay-Z have faced recurring accusations of involvement in occult activities, although no substantial evidence has supported these claims. Recently, a self-proclaimed former bodyguard known as Uncle Ron has taken to TikTok to divulge alleged insights into the Carter household. In a series of videos, Uncle Ron discussed various controversial aspects of Beyonce and Jay-Z's lives. One notable revelation was his claim that the celebrity couple has purportedly eliminated individuals they viewed as competition, both figuratively and literally.
Beyonce and Jay-Z will do anything to destroy anyone who speaks out against them. Okay, I get the threats, but you have...
The former bodyguard also alleged that Beyonce and Jay-Z's marriage is not real and that it is just a contract to help them reach the top.
To stay on the top. So remember, your relationship was a business relationship, financial, to get to the top, to become billionaires.
In the same clip, the former bodyguard also accused Jay-Z of keeping Beyonce under the influence of substances in order to control her.
Yeah, Beyonce's on drugs. She's been on them for a long time, and you keep her that way. Yo.
Beyonce faced accusations of allegedly orchestrating the downfall of Carrie Hilson's career in response to perceived shade thrown by Carrie in her hit song Turnin' Me On. While the lyrics did not overtly mention Beyonce by name, a significant portion of the Bayhive interpreted certain lines from Turnin' Me On as a pointed critique directed at Queen Bee herself. Your vision cloudy if you think that you the best, you can dance, she can sing, but need to move it to the left, she sang. And Erykah Badu's been it in the music game for decades, but her personal life is just as wild, especially her ties to the rap scene. Word on the street is that a lot of rappers were low-key scared of her. Why? Because she's got this next-level energy that's not just attractive, it's straight-up intimidating. Even the hardest dudes didn't know how to act around her. Back in the late 90s, Badu blew up big time, snatching Grammys and putting neo-soul on the map. She was right there with legends like Jill Scott, D'Angelo, Music Soul Child, and Bilal, giving soul music a fresh twist with some deep, socially conscious vibes. I'm getting tired of your shit. People openly discuss the magnetic charm attributed to her, as highlighted during her appearance on the Tamron Hall show. When asked about the rumor suggesting that men find it difficult to gaze into her eyes without feeling a yearning for her love, Badu acknowledged the speculation, saying, "Women too, and children and animals, any living, breathing thing. My power, I think it's indescribable in the bedroom. That's not where you're gonna find it because my magic doesn't lie between my thighs. It lies between my ears." However, according to her, there is another celebrity who is involved in witchcraft who is Queen Bey. You might have noticed, but there had already been suspicions about Beyonce's seemingly on occultic side. Way back in 2018, Kimberly Thompson, Beyonce's former drummer, had accused the singer for extreme witchcraft and magic spells of M. Seemingly, this was what she said.
Literally shattered everything that I've tried to build after doing that work in my life. If I have always said when I was a kid, I never would want to regret anything.
Not only that, she further claims that Beyonce has been casting spells to keep her under her control, as much as using some mind control tactics to keep her tied down completely. Kimberly Thompson's attempt to get a restraining order against Beyonce definitely turned heads, but the judge shutting it down suggests there just wasn't enough evidence to back up the claims. Restraining orders aren't handed out lightly. You need some solid proof of a real threat, and in this case, it didn't meet that bar. And there you have it. Rihanna just lit up the industry with her jaw-dropping revelations, adding fuel to the fire sparked by Erykah Badu's bold claims about Beyonce. Is this the beginning of a new era of truth-telling in the music world? Or just the latest chapter in the drama between two of the biggest stars of our time? One thing's for sure, the Bayhive, Navy, and music lovers everywhere will be talking about this for weeks to come. That's it for today. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.